you could be thinking about coming into the rental property business. Yes, becoming a landlord could be a little bit overwhelming, and that is why you need the professionals to be looking after you. And that's why we need to head to Quinovic Merivale, and Sharon Layton is here to give us that straight talking information that we need. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us, because the rental market after the earthquake, oh, boom, boom, boom. It was a good time, wasn't it?
It was a good time.
Things have changed though, Sharon.
They have, absolutely. The market is much slower at the moment. There's more properties around and less tenants. So we really need to look at the subtle changes that we can make in order to get the best return on investment.
So when is the best time to actually put a property into market?
In an ideal world, we try and run all our tenancies from approximately a February to February timeframe. It's spring, properties display better, there's more people moving, and so you're likely to get a slightly better weekly rent than you might at another time of year. So what we try to do in most instances, if they don't come on in February, we will change the fixed term length in order to get it into that time frame going forward. Obviously, some owners might buy their property in the middle of winter. They might transfer to another city in the middle of winter. So, for example, if we took a property on in July, we would try our best to get an 18-month tenancy in the first instance.
Okay.
Or if not, we would look at taking a 6. If we took a property on in April, we'd try and take a 10-month tenancy in order to get it back into that February to February time.
So February's sort of the golden month to make it all happen.
Sort of mid-January to mid-March is the best time to have it on the market.
Okay. How about the choice of tenants? We did hear stories of people lined up around the corner, like masses going at. It's not the same now. We still have to be picky though, surely.
We do have to be picky. It's false economies to rush and put the wrong tenant into your property just because they can move in this weekend. I mean, obviously when you're looking at tenant choice and how that affects your return, you need a tenant who pays on time every time, who reports any maintenance issues that might be going on, clearly who don't damage the property, and you want someone that's going to treat it like their home for the period of their tenancy.
And not being disrespectful, but for someone that's coming in as maybe a first-time landlord, they're probably maybe a little bit gullible. Can I say that? But you probably know the flags to watch out for.
They can be. It's funny how little things like walking people out to their car can tell you a million things that maybe their sharp suit and shiny shoes don't tell you.
Oh, I like that.
But the other thing you need to think about as well is owning an investment property is a long-term business decision. So the right tenant might not be the tenant that can pay you an extra $5 a week. What you want is a long-term tenant who is settled and will stay so that you're getting rent 52 weeks of the year.
That's some great advice. Some great advice. So what should a landlord do to ensure that they keep those long-term tenants? Because they could be forgiven for thinking, oh, they're great, they pay on time, every week, every month, I'll just leave it be and not do anything.
The most important thing is your selection at the beginning. So where possible, display your property in the best way that you can. Now clearly if there's current tenants in place, we don't always have the option. It may just be that those tenants are already packing their boxes or they haven't made the bed that morning. So we don't always have an impact on that. But if the property is vacant, make sure it's cleaned to the highest standard it can be, make sure the gardens are maintained. Remember that the way that you're displaying the property to the potential tenant is the way that you're telling them it's okay to keep that property throughout their tenancy.
So you're setting the standard, aren't you, Sharon?
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
how it's going to flow from there. Okay, Sharon, so I've bought a property, I'm loving the idea of being a landlord. What do I need to do to connect with you?
You need to have spoken to us before you've bought the property. We would love for people to ring us and talk us through what they're looking at buying so that we can give advice at that point, so that a lot of people just send me through Trade Me links and say, should I look at this one further? And sometimes just because the street name rings alarms to me, I might say, yes, look at that one, or I might say, no, let's look at another one.
I love it. Hey, thanks so much, Sharon. That's some great advice. And I love that. Before you actually buy, contact you to
Please
actually make the
do.
choice. I love it. Good on you. Thank you so much. That's Quinovic Merivale, 48 Papanui Road in Merivale. Really fantastic website to go to, quite comprehensive. Quinovic-merivale.co.nz. Their phone number is 03355 0348.